Hello and welcome back to Things I Like, the show where I talk about things I like. I have a lot to talk about today. There's a popular saying, or it's a like actual theory. I don't really know, or it's just a proven thing that your brain like perceives time as not like a linear thing, but based on how much information, new information, you're getting each day. So a week will feel short if you've done like the same thing every day and you know everything that you're doing. But a week will feel very extra super long if you're doing a ton of new things and getting a lot of information all at once. This is why trips can feel like a vacation to another part of the world where you're doing like a ton of walking and seeing all these sites. Your days can feel like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did all of this today. You know, like, oh my god, I can't believe that was yesterday. But for this reason, I have many things to talk about because, guys, I've just been consuming information nonstop. I have so much to talk about. I'm so excited. Let's freaking get into it, dude. Number one thing I like, reading. Guys, I was a reading hater, a reading denier, you could say, until I guess this summer, because like last year I read one book and it was The Hobbit. Great book. Would recommend it to anyone. But I just couldn't keep that ball rolling. I could not I just didn't. But then my brother gave me his copy of Dune and I started reading that. And still I struggled with like continuing to read it, but in both cases I enjoyed reading and I was like this is cool. Recently, I started college and I switched from a Bachelor of Science to a Bachelor of Arts. Some of you may have seen my YouTube short about this, but holy crap, guys, they read, dude. Bachelor of Arts students, they read. They read, man. Because, oh my god, like, here. This. Oh, the dogs are out, but, you know, you do what you can. This is my. This is four of my readings out of like six, for one class for 10 weeks. This is 10 weeks of work. And that, I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but this is a lot, and it's all like translated ancient Greek, so it's impossible to read. But holy cow, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I'm just eating up that information. You'll read a book by an author, all books, but you'll read a book, and the author will be like, "Yes, when I was a youth, I just could not stop consuming information. I just had to learn more. And every time I used to read that, I was like, nerd. But, dude, that's how I feel right now. I just want to keep reading. I just want to keep learning more about the Peloponnesian War. I don't know. It's cool. It's interesting. I didn't even know there was a war back then. I didn't even know there were people. I knew that. Okay, I knew there were people. But still, that was like, we have like a book from a guy who lived like 2600 years ago. You're telling me you lived 2600 years ago and you were writing? That's crazy. You were like writing books. You wrote a whole history of a war that lasted 30 years and we just have it now. We have the whole thing. We have the whole thing uninterrupted and fully translated at our disposal. And I get to read it. And that's cool. And that's cool. Something about that is magical, you know? You're going into another world. And when you're reading the source text, instead of like looking up stuff, this is the other reason it's different from like looking up stuff, is you're getting your raw interpretation of this text rather than what the internet might think about it. Which is so cool. Which is so cool. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love it. Hey, man. I had a terrible relationship with reading because of school. Is my justification. It's probably just because I'm lazy, but I think it's because in school they told us read or die, and I was like, well, I don't want to die, but now that you're making this sound like something I have to do, I don't want to do it. And then I also, in school, they would reward you for reading. And in that case, too, it's proven that if you're getting rewarded for something you already like to do, once that reward stops, you're less likely to keep doing it because now your brain associates it with the external reward you're getting instead of the reward you're giving yourself. So I think it's that. And I mean, if you have a bad relationship with reading, try and get back into it. It's cool. If you're especially if you're my age and in college or whatever, and you're being assigned readings in your classes, it is very tempting to just not read, because who's gonna check? And this takes like 5 hours of my night. Like, why am I gonna do this? But dude, it has cool stuff in it. That's why they're assigning it. That's also why you're paying, is because you're mostly just paying for a reading list. And then a guy just comes in like twice a week and explains everything he read to you, and you're just kind of like, oh, I didn't realize that. Thanks, man. And it's awesome. I don't know, man. It's awesome. I've just been loving it. I've just been consuming, and I love it. And I love it. And I love it. I love it. Things I love. Reading. But I also hate reading. It's so much reading. Number 2, good professors. Dude. Just like a bad professor can like totally make you hate your life, a good professor, and I'd argue like 10 times more than a bad professor, can completely alter the direction of your life. Dude, holy crap. My current professor for ancient political thought is like he's like Dead Poets Society level teacher. He's like based, and he's cool, and he's the best. And he is explaining things in ways that are deeper and more logically sound than anything I've ever heard or looked up online ever in my entire life. I don't know where this guy got all this information. And if he thought of all this himself, brother is a genius. Holy dude, this guy, he literally second class. Like you know the mind blown emoji? You know the emoji where it's like half a head and he's like, and then there's an explosion coming out? That was me. Because we read Antigone, and Antigone is a Greek play. All you gotta know. And there's tons of stuff online about Antigone. There's tons of research and discussions, like academic discussions about it. But dude, this guy explained it in a way that was different than anything I looked up at all. And it was more in depth and made more sense. And it was simply incredible. And it was so incredible, I want to share it with everyone. You know, I want to tell everyone what he told me, because holy cow, like this is the most it's just so cool. It's so cool when there's like hidden meanings to things, and to find such a deep and hidden meaning in something that feels so simple is so cool, guys. It's so cool, guys. I love a good professor. And if any of you, Antigone is a 40-page ancient Greek play, and if any of you read it, I will take time to type out his explanation in my Discord to you. There is a lot of background you need to know. You can find it, whatever. But you can ask me about it. I'll explain it on stream too. I don't care. I genuinely, like, this was the most like this challenged everything about my thinking. I don't know. I think that's so cool, man. I don't even know how to explain this guy. Cool. Man, cool. Number 3, Choco Shrooms. Guys, I left them. I meant to... Bro, you're going to see the dogs again. You guys are going to see my feet again. Oh, you didn't. Cool. Yippee! Okay. Guys. Choco Shrooms. I didn't even realize how much I liked these until I was editing my Outlast video. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. I worked very hard on it. I was editing my Outlast video, and I realized during the stream, I promoted these as if I was sponsored for literally I think 8 times. I just was like, guys, Choco Shrooms, they're the best. Guys, they're so good. Guys, if you ever go to Costco, you gotta buy the Choco Shrooms. What the hell am I talking about? They're not paying me. This is purely taste incentive talking. Guys, they're so good. They're the best thing ever. And they're small. So you can like have them as a dessert without feeling that bad about it. And they're like sweet enough that they cure that like sweet tooth. Guys, they're so good. They're so good. I gotta stop glazing these so hard, but man. Yum. Okay. I have a bonus, and then I have one more thing I want to talk about. Long one. I told you guys it's a long one. Canned tuna. Guys. Canned tuna is not that good. It's not that good. But you can use it in so many ways, and it's inoffensive. Like, you can eat it, and you don't feel like, ugh. And it's like 40 grams of protein per can of tuna, and it's like 200 calories. That's crazy. That's so much. That's crazy. I've just been like putting tuna in my rice, and putting tuna in it, like making tuna sandwiches, and just like eating it straight up, because it's something. It's like eating a vegetable, like most vegetables, they're not actually that bad, but they're not like that good. But for that reason, you can just keep eating them, and you like don't care. Dude, cool. Love that. Okay, that one's short, thank God. Last thing. I don't know what to put this in. I don't know if this is a things I like or things I don't like. I still haven't decided. For that reason, I probably shouldn't put it in a video, but I'm just gonna explain my situation to you. Satisfactory, the game. Those of you who don't know what that is, it's a 3D factory building game. It's essentially a really big, time-consuming logic puzzle. And for this reason, the other day, I got really sucked into it. I played like 5 hours of it straight. And guys, this is my notes for the video game I was playing to try and figure out the most optimal way to make a component in Satisfactory. I did this for like 2 hours, and then I looked up, I looked around my room, midnight, I looked down, and I'm like, why didn't I just do homework? Why did I do this? This is horrible. I looked at this after doing this whole thing, and I was like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm good. But for that reason, I also respect it. Because a game making me do this out of just pure like want to understand is incredible. How did they make me do this? How did it trick my brain into doing this for multiple hours? Unbelievable. So, yeah. That's everything today. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, don't be mean to me. And share it to someone who you think might enjoy. And if you did enjoy, like and subscribe. And type in the comments, this was awesome. Thanks for sharing all this with us, Jason. And I'll say, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you next time. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm going to stream a lot this weekend. That's the plan. So be there or be square. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.